We're live, ladies and gentlemen. What do it do, YouTube? What do it do, Facebook? We are live on all of the platforms. It is your boy CJ here, aka Christian, the man, the myth, the legends himself. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm doing it solo because my co-host for the Retro RawDown this week, Nat, is having some computer issues. So hopefully she'll be back with us next week. But this week it's me, it's me, it's me, Mr. Lonely. And man, what a week in wrestling it has been. Of course, we're going to talk about Raw, we're going to talk about SmackDown, we're going to talk about all of it. We may even get into some NXT news, but yeah, man, let's get started before we do the before. Hey, let's just get started. By the way, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to the Retro Bros podcast channel, I'm gonna drop a link on Facebook for y'all. Hit that like button on YouTube. Smash the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the notification bell on YouTube so you get notified when we upload new content. I upload new content weekly. Uh, Also, Pepsi, what it do? Sponsor your favorite YouTube channel. What are you doing right now? Sponsor us, please. Uh, let's get into some of the news, man. Let's get to the results here. Let's talk about Raw. I'm gonna do the format like I do with Nat. I'm gonna read the real quick results, and then we will talk about them. Um, Bobby Lashley defeated Seth Rollins uh, to retain the United States Championship. It was a great opener, I thought. Great opener. Bobby wins the match when Seth gets distracted by Riddle, um, and Lashley takes advantage and spears Seth out of his boots and pins him 1, 2, 3. You done, Mr. Rollins. Then we had the next match was Kevin Owens defeating Austin Theory with a pop up power bomb. It was a great showing for both athletes. I'm glad to see Kevin Owens got a win because it seems lately all he does is lose. So to see him pick up a victory is very nice to see. It's good to see that the good guy can still win. Um, then next up we had Brawling Brutes against the Street Profits, and the Brawling Brutes win. This is build up to their SmackDown Tag Title match that they had last night, as of this recording, as of this live video. Um, and it was a great match. The finish came when uh, Holland picked up Dawkins, and then they hit him with a body slam and a kick combo for the pinfall. So Brawling Brutes were building some momentum, as WWE would like to say, uh, heading into their big tag title match on SmackDown later in the week. Um, Next match was the Judgment Day defeating Rey Mysterio and Matt Riddle. Another great match. You know that's the thing about these shows is they've had great matches every single week, uh, and sometimes multiple great matches. And this week was no exception. This match, they defeated, like I said, Judgment Day, which was Finn Balor and Damian Priest, defeated Rey Mysterio and Matt Riddle. Um, the finish came when Ray went to go hit the 619 to Finn, but then Rhea Ripley distracted the ref. Rollins came out and he attacked Riddle, so payback from the night from earlier in the night. And then Mysterio saved Riddle as Seth was going to nail him with the chair, and Seth said, "Nope, not right now." And then Dominic at one point he sits in front of Ray and says, "Hit me with the chair." And Ray, being the good father that he is in his soul, he just can't do it. And yeah, uh, and then Damian Priest, so Ray gets back in the ring, and Damian Priest hits him with the choke slam, followed by a coup de grace from Finn, or coup de Gracie from Finn. That's such a weird name, but coup de Gracie, I always call it coup de grace, but it's coup de Gracie by Finn, and 1, 2, 3, Judgment Day wins. Uh, Next week on Raw, we're going to get Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano against the Alpha Academy and Damian Priest against Matt Riddle. And then we got the main event. Bayley defeating Alexa Bliss. And throughout the match, the lights flickered as if she being Bliss, was kind of controlling them again or whatever. Something was happening. They were flickering like she was going to transform back to her creepy doll self. Please don't, WWE. That whole gimmick was stupid with Alexa. It's cool for the Fiend, but don't do it for Alexa. But nonetheless, Bayley beat Alexa Bliss. And then post match, they attack. They being Damage Control started beating up on Alexa, and then Bianca Belair and Asuka came out to save Alexa, but it backfired, and Bayley got the upper hand on Bianca Belair, and that's that. So they end the show with Bayley on top of Bianca, basically. Yeah, and then she told Bianca, and then after the match, Bayley picked up the mic and told Bianca she's in control now and she wants the Raw Women's Championship at Extreme Rules. So there you go. We're gonna get Bayley versus Bianca Belair on Raw, or I mean at Extreme Rules for the Raw Women's title. So there you go. Heading into SmackDown here. Quick results. Ricochet defeated Sami Zayn. Bayley defeated Raquel Rodriguez. Solo Sikoa Siako, I don't know. Solo Sikoa, as I call him, defeated Madcap Moss to retain the North American Championship. That wasn't this week, was it? No, that wasn't this week. What am I doing? I apologize, folks. That was last week. Hold on just 1 second. Oh, I don't have this one on? What? Okay, hang on, folks. See if I can find the results. Uh, 1 second, folks. Good thing this is live, right? Hang on a second, folks. Do we have any comments? No, we don't. Okay, good. Okay, so I got some results here. So here we go. So all right, here we go. So Liv Morgan defeated Lacey Evans in an Extreme Rules match. New Day defeated the Maximum Male Models. Braun Strowman defeated Otis with a power bomb. Karrion Kross came out and attacked Drew McIntyre, put him to sleep. Okay, Dakota Kai defeated Raquel Gonzalez. Was it Dakota Kai? I guess it was. Dakota Kai. That does make sense. Yeah. Usos defeated the Brawling Brutes to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. That was the main event of last night's show. Listen, this whole week of wrestling was absolutely phenomenal, I thought. I watched the Brawling Brutes versus the Usos match. That was a great match. That was a fantastic match. I loved it. And I loved the U.S. title match from Monday Night Raw as well. I thought I thought both matches were great. If I had to pick the weakest match of the week, it would probably be. I don't know. All the matches have been pretty solid this week, and the storytelling with the Miz and Dexter Loomis. I mean, there's more of that. They had a Miz TV segment this week with the Miz where he called out Dexter. He called him out, and Dexter didn't show up. All of a sudden, from underneath the ring, you could see scissors, like a knife or something, coming up from the ring and cutting a hole through the mat. And yeah, he came up through that way. And then he he tried to drag the Miz and Ciampa down with him. Great segment, I thought. They've been doing really good stuff with Dexter Loomis. I'm a huge Dexter Loomis fan. And he's just in time to come back for Halloween. I mean, it's almost October, folks. So, let's get into some of the news of the week. Because there's some news here. Let's get into some of the news. Oh, and I believe Ricochet defeated Sami Zayn. Because I think they had a match. Hold on a second. No, they didn't. Okay. I thought they had a match this week, but I guess not. So let's get into some of the news of the week. So this is all of this news I'm about to read is coming from NoDQ.com. So that's what this is. So I'm going to open up several headlines and we'll talk about them. Oh, Bobby Fish made his Impact debut last night. So there's that. All right, so here we go. So Thunder Rosa gives her thoughts on Soraya Page. Soraya, aka Page, becoming a part of AEW. AEW, they had a big show this past week at Asher Roth or at Asher Stadium or whatever it's called. And Paige, aka Soraya now is her name. She debuted. And this is what Thunder Rosa thought. I hope she is completely clear to wrestle. She is going to teach a lot of the girls a lot of cool stuff that otherwise they wouldn't have the opportunity to do. Wrestling was her bread and butter for a long time, and she knows the grind. Before she got signed, that's a bar. Actually, that all rhymes. Long time. She knows the grind. Before she got signed, she was in the indies struggling just like everybody else. One of the things that Soraya has is that she has not changed her core. She continues to be the same person that she was before. Why is she rhyming so much here? I'm really interested to get to know her on another level. I know that fans are very excited to see her because they haven't seen her wrestle in a while, and they are very eager for that. Company-wise and ratings-wise, this is going to be great for ratings and going to be great for the women's division. You cannot deny that. My thing on Paige wrestling is I don't think she should. It's not safe. Remember she is one move away from being paralyzed. Do we really think, even if she's given that clean bill of health, do we really think risking it is worth it? Risking her health, possibly her life, her everything. Do we think it's worth it to pop a couple of ratings or to get a couple of pay-per-view buys, is it really worth their talent's health? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Um, I hope if she is clear to wrestle, put her in a tag match, let her stand on the outside of the ring, let her come in, do her stuff, and then tag back out. She doesn't need to be taking too many bumps. If she does take a bump, a bump is even pushing it. I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable with her wrestling. Period. We got WDH. What up, WDH? How you doing? I'm watching. Nice. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, I'm on a. I don't know that Page Wrestling is the best thing for business. Period. So let's move on from that headline. Let's get to WCW here. Former WCW star says MJF's biggest flaw is that he constantly uses cheap heat. Yes, he does. But that's what makes MJF MJF. That's what makes him fantastic. That's what we love about MJF is that he will take those cheap shots. Sometimes you got to take them. Let's see. During can't talk now. During Conan's Keeping It 100 podcast, former WCW wrestler Disco Inferno commented on MJF's character since returning to AEW television. I'm going to give them a little bit more than 1 week. MJF is a ratings draw. Facts, he is. This show is drastically worse without him on the show than with him. I would agree with that. We saw that. They were under a million consistently without him. Yeah. I think he's a draw, but I think his biggest flaw, and nobody talks about it, is he constantly uses cheap heat in every single promo he does. It's completely unnecessary for his character. He doesn't have to. No, I think that's what his character is that cheap heat. BG Freak says, "Way to go, CJ. I know you can do it." Thanks, man. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Is that Nader right there? Is that my boy Nader? What up, bro? Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate the support. Grinding, baby. We just grinding. No, that's MJF's character is that he does the cheap stuff. I mean, I don't think it diminishes him at all. You need a heel that will do those kinds of shots, that will take those kinds of pot shots. Oh, it's Nat. Oh, I apologize, Nat. My bad. Didn't get a good photo. Didn't get a good enough look at the photo. It's good, bro. Hey, thank you, WDH. Appreciate you, man. My bad, Nat. Nat cannot join us tonight. She, like I said at the start, has internet issues, has computer issues. So hopefully she'll be back with us next week. But yeah, I don't really agree with Conan here on MJF. I disagree with him wholeheartedly. I think he's 100% wrong. Getting into Ricochet here. Ricochet comments on what he expects to see change in Triple H's WWE. During an interview with NBC Sports Boston, Ricochet talked about the creative changes being made in WWE under the Triple H regime. I think the presentation of championships has always been important to me. From 1992 to 1999, it was all about the championships. You know what I mean? I think there will probably be more light on those. I hope so, which will help viewers watch it a little better and understand better. It's going to be a great product that's going to be put out there. I think everyone's in a new creative spirit and trying to think of new things. So it's crazy to see everyone talk and think about new things. Maybe it's just because everything is new and everything is changing. But I think the presentation is still going to be WWE spectacle. The spectacular presentation, but I think it's really going to put some more focus on the championships and being a championship driven story. Whatever the stories are, we'll learn more towards that rather than the cartoony character aspect of it. So I also hope that they put the championships, um, that they put championships back in the spotlight, because and I hope they call them championships, because that's what the wrestling business should be about, is being a champion. You want to be that top dog. You want to be the champion. That should be everybody's goal in professional wrestling, I think. Um, and if it's not, then what are you in there for? Well, I'm in there to make friends. That's good short term. I'm here to make money. Again, that's good short term, and that's you thinking for yourself. But you also got to think of the company and making them money. And if you're the top dog, if you're the champion, that means clearly they see you making them a lot of money. They're acknowledging that, and that's what you want. Um, so I do hope also that they put a new focus on the titles. The titles, set titles like I'm from the UK or something. I'm not. Um, and yeah, there is a new sort of creative burst going in WWE right now. Everybody's excited for it. Everybody is, because it's kind of different. It's kind of new because Vince is out of the picture, right? You take Vince completely out of the picture, where Vince was more of that sports entertainment stuff, and Triple H is too to an extent, but he also recognizes that the wrestling aspect is also important, and had really Vince really had just that sports entertainment, didn't really care about the wrestling part. So Triple H cares about both. Nat says there's at least one champion we can all acknowledge. Yes, his name is John Moxley. Um, yeah, but yeah, I kind of agree with Ricochet about the titles. Let's get to our last headline, and then we'll close the show. Um, Cody Rhodes. Here's the latest from Cody Rhodes regarding his recovery from a torn pectoral muscle. As previously noted, Cody Rhodes had surgery to repair a torn muscle. During the June 10th, 2022 edition of SmackDown, Michael Cole said that Rhodes could be out of action for up to 9 months. Um, while speaking to TMZ.com, Cody provided an update on his recovery and how WWE has been treating him. No complaints. They treated me like the house that built me, which they were. And honestly, it was amazing. We were back and everything was rolling so fast, and then I tore my pec. It was like the best 3 months of my life. Hopefully get back to that soon. I was told I have the strength of an 11-year-old, but I was pretty strong at 11. Hopefully soon. That's a funny quote. I'm sorry. I like that. I was pretty. I'm told I have the strength of an 11-year-old, but hey, I was pretty strong at 11. So I mean, that's gotta mean something, right? Sorry, that made me laugh. Um, I got in my mind when. Hang on, I got in my mind where I want to be, and I think a lot of fans have in their mind where I'd like to be, and that's hopefully where it's at. Right now, I do actually agree with what's going on, because I think what happens next, hopefully, and what we do, and this is all speculative up in the air. Hopefully, it's a run that people remember, and I got to be healthy for it. So there you go. That's the latest from Cody, and yeah, I do hope. Oh, I know who you're talking about, Nat. You're talking about Seth Rollins. He's not a champion right now. He almost was a champion on Raw, but Riddle cost him the title, bro. So Seth's not a champion, but I'll give you Seth because he is a former champion. Um, so I'll give you Seth. I would love Cody to come back at 100%. I absolutely would, and I think if he pushes it and comes back before he's ready, that could be disastrous for his health, and his family does not need that right now. I don't think. Um, so come back, Cody, when you are 100%, no less than 100%, because I want to see you dominate in WWE. I got matches with certain wrestlers I want you to have. I mean, I got my own dream matches. So come back better than ever. You are too funny, says Nat. I mean, of course, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Yes, I know what you're talking about, Nat. I know what you're talking about. Roman Reigns. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode of the Retro Rawdown. I want to thank everybody who tuned in to watch. Shout out to WDH. Shout out to Nat. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and Facebook who tuned in. Thank you all. Shout out to Pepsi. Hey, sponsor your favorite YouTube channel, please. Till next time. Till next week on the Retro Rawdown. I'm CJ. Hopefully Nat will be with us. Tune in this week. Later this week, Frank and I will be covering No Mercy 2002, which was the pay-per-view right after Unforgiven 2002, which Frank and I just covered. So if you want to watch that video, that's in the archives. So go watch that. The head of the table says Nat. Yeah. He may be the head of the table, but Logan Paul is the table. And with that, I'm CJ. I'm signing out.